All right. We are back in Ixion. Rebooted after the stream. Well, I mean, we'll see if we make it to the end of the stream without it rebooting. Okay, so last time we just started Act 3 of this. So we're here. And what do we have? Administrator, the Remus coordinates aren't here. As you know, Vol coordinates are incredibly complex algorithms that require advanced technology for their storage and application. We did identify a storage area within the command center where such equipment, perhaps including that stolen from the Protagoras, should have been held. It has been ripped away, shorn by cutting lasers and taken. There is some small hope. A single damaged calculator terminal was found. Power supplied from the Tikkun has allowed us to access it. It appears that the Etemenanki's final moments, while they attempted to address the colossal damage done to their ship, the crew were able to identify and record the self-similar signature of their attacker as it withdrew. Perhaps they hoped to later mount some sort of pursuit to recover the stolen coordinates of Remus. We are now in possession of that signature. It belongs to the Piranesi, a ship of the Black Market Society. This is where our hope fades. The few officers' logs we have found that detail the attack are terrifying. It seems highly likely that the coordinates of Remus are now on board the Piranesi. Having processed the data we have found within the center, and thanks to old recordings of now inactive distress signals, we have been able to locate other parts of the Etemenanki which have drifted across the system. Let's see. Determine the Etemenanki's previous mission objectives. Alright. And let's see, jogging my memory here. We were working on taking the lab apart to move it to another section. Still waiting on that. And we had just finished telling everyone that they're going to be eating less for the next few days. We've got everyone on minimum rations right now. We're going to dismantle this and put 2 more farms right there. Okay, we can do another probe. Okay, that's done. And we're going to disable that. And food. Oh, no, not food. I need to click on this guy.
An accident has occurred in the Tycoon.
There's that.
A science ship team has completed a task.
By powering the command center, the Thales team was able to extract and analyze core mission data. The Etemenanki was a UN ship initially launched to find other exoplanets. Early data logs from their voyage indicate a glaring lack of preparation to accomplish such a task. In the absence of a habitable exoplanet, they seem to have concentrated on the search for what the UN had designated as enemies of humanity, Dolos and the Ashtangites. By boarding the Protagoras, the Etemenanki was able to locate Remus. Investigate further into the attack. We're getting a ton of science from this. Okay, that finally finished. So... shoot. Where is... Alright, tech lab. Ooh, this building's thick. Where are we gonna put this? Doesn't really fit perfectly anywhere. Okay, I want to move these buildings. It's gonna take a minute. Alright, in the meantime, another probe. Oh, where is it? I just saw it flash bright green.
The crew's trust in your leadership is falling.
Yeah. Let's see, what was I gonna build in this? I was gonna build this.
A probe has completed its scan.
Okay. Next probe. There's some. Okay, building another legislative strengthening center over here.
A science ship team has completed a task.
As the Etamanaki paused in the Kruk system, it was surprised and attacked by the Piranesi. Reports indicate colossal casualties. The UN crew was able to find a flaw in the Piranesi's defense systems and managed to mount a boarding assault. The Piranesi responded by firing its main weapon before fleeing the system. The last survivors of the attack who could not enter cryonic pods either died from the cold or slowly asphyxiated in the days that followed. Leave the ruins of the command center. Seven crew members died from injuries in the last cycle.
Administrator, we have found the Piranesi's signature stored in the Etamanaki's destroyed command center. It is a ship unlike any other in our records. A formidable opponent, now in possession of the Remus coordinates. The eventual failure of the Typhoon's hull is inevitable. We have no other choice but to confront the Piranesi. Before we leave the system, we must find a way to develop an effective countermeasure strategy.
Okay. Hey, Mucket Chats. What's up, Crimson?
Accident has occurred in the Tycoon.
They should address that on their own. Let's see. Okay, is it that time? Chat, gonna tell the boy goodnight. Just a sec. Don't let anything burn down. Okay. Y'all burn anything? Let's see. Probe. Oh, pause. We need more iron. Oh, I just saw a bunch. Where was it? there.
Administrator, you can implement a new policy. Administrator, a new
You ought to think about doubling its hospital capacity. Depends on the section. The main thing that was bugging me last time is I haven't figured out what to do with non-workers. Like, in this section, there's 194 people that are there, and 308 that are working, and 387 that aren't. And they're just draining our food supply, and they're doing nothing for society. Like, if I could, like, I don't know, force them to work somehow, or jettison them, they are an absolute leech on resources. Muck, have you noticed the new people prerequisite? Awaken 2,000 pods. We'll get there when we get there. We got other stuff to deal with first.
A probe has completed its scan.
Hull integrity is dropping. Oh, wait, I just saw... Where is it? Right there. There's another mission thing over there. I was expecting you to flip out. Oh yeah, that looks stupid as hell, but... I really need to get the research lab back up and running as fast as I can. I just realized I set this up to... Because for each stockpile for alloy, it'll send out like 7 more workers to help with alloy-related tasks, which is what we need over here right now. But, realized I never hit the on button on it. Okay, food is extremely net positive. I think we can get rid of some of this. Maybe unlock a new sector, park non-workers there and more farms. Or put the non-workers there and just let them die. Just move them all there with no food. Problem sort itself out. It's between them and God at that point. Yeah, it doesn't say have 2,000 people alive. It just say awaken 2,000 pods. Like, whether or not they live, you know, who knows? Okay, pause, factories, space lab. Okay, hold on, I see something I can do here. Get rid of those 2 squares of road. We could still put another one of those big buildings there if I want to later. And we could put it here. And that still allows this road to connect there. Probe. Lots of iron right there. Industrial wreckage. Waiting for science ship. Standing by, you go there. And standing by, you go there. Alright, trust is good. We've got those essential buildings back up and running, but I got them out of the way for that.
Science ship has arrived at its destination.
Scans have detected large quantities of steel around what appears to be wreckage of the Etemanaki's industrial zone. We have arrived at the ruined industrial zone. The view is intriguing. In addition to the general debris and bodies that float everywhere, there are large piles of previously molten metals that have solidified when the area was exposed to the vacuum of space. The zone has been ripped open and much of the interior appears to have been blown away. The structural tear extends into a storage area full of suspended yellow particles. It's pee! Explore the industrial zone, investigate the storage area, look for the source of yellow particles. I guess it's silicon? Look for the source of the yellow particles.
A science ship has arrived at its destination.
Wait, did we finish researching a thing? Despite the fact that... No, wait, it still says in progress. Okay. I was like, wait, this building's not even there. How does that work?
A probe has completed its scan.
Our sensors have located a section of the Etemenaki drifting in the vacuum of space. Our initial readings are registering a lot of organic debris. Transmission from Thale's team. We are on site. This part of the Etemenaki was responsible for the ship's food production. Production was divided into 2 zones, vegetal and animal. We've also identified a self-contained area generating a heat signature. The area is small, but it is not impossible that some survivors may be sheltering there. Investigate the animal pens. There we go. Yeah, the food thing, the average for the station, it's not accurate because it only just shows like the last 5 cycles, but the farms harvest every 10. So it doesn't really give a great read on what's actually going on. Hold on a second. If I put 2 more farms there, I'm not sure what I could do with that little 2x2 space. Hey? Okay, he's rebuilding the lab finally. God, that took a long time to move that sucker. I hope I don't put myself in a position where I need to do that again.
An accident has occurred.
It said 8 out of 9. Well, yeah. Okay, got the probe. Ice. Hey. Loud meow. Yeah, he had things to say.
Has completed a task.
The team followed the trail of yellow particles through the vacuum to another section of the Etemenaki wreckage. It appears to have been at least partially spared from the destruction we have seen elsewhere. The particles come from the crushed and damaged flowers of yellow squash. A bed of these frozen plants surrounds a large bronze sculpture, a depiction of Earth crowned with laurels. Many messages have been left near the sculpture, railing against the perceived enemies of humanity, Dolos and the Ash Tensionites. A plaque at its base reads, "Against the cynicism that kills hope, against the madness which precipitates hell, to perpetuate the genius of humanity and the memory of all our life on Earth. There is a compartment beneath the plaque in which a sealed time capsule was found. It seems possible it could be opened." Open the time capsule. Did I hear a dog? A summary of intelligence on animal production area. The production area has been gutted for several hundred meters. The huge amount of floating carcasses has made it difficult for the team to differentiate between what is animal and what is not. The team did find several working cryopods and have prepared these for extraction. Production seems mainly to have been galliform, though there are signs that rarer meats were produced. The Thales team wishes to specifically note that they found a cryopod containing a dog. The owner seems to have decided that the animal's life is more important than their own. Their corpse hangs onto the pod. That's... wow. Okay. Provide a new home for the dog. This is very important. Turn that off. We're using too much metal right now. Okay. The laboratory is back online. Alright, we're gonna change this. I want that to... I need this sector to start bagging their poop.
A probe has completed its scan. A science ship team has completed a task.
Alright, so all poop from Sector 6 is going to get sent to Sector 1 and get turned into metal. Because people have lots of iron in their diet. Okay, finally, cargo ships and mining ships both can go into storm areas now. Research all technologies from the previous tier to unlock tier 3. Mushroom wall is the last one, I think. We got a good amount of food stored up right now. Inside the capsule were toys and other everyday items. Several objects were of unknown purpose. There was a packet of newspaper clippings that revealed some of what happened after the Tycoon first entered self-similar space. There was a total collapse of Earth's ecosystems, accelerated by the moon's destruction. In response, the United Nations installed a totalitarian government of planetary surveillance to protect the population from eco-terrorists and the continuous waves of pandemics. They prioritized corporate practices that supported the environment and its preservation. Individual responsibility seems to have become paramount. Numerous legal ramifications were implemented to counter any further acceleration of ecosystem destruction. In this time of crisis and guided by the government, society seems to have turned on politicians, extremists, immigrants, and conspiracy theorists. One after the other, they portrayed them as possible scapegoats, holding them responsible for 250 years of industrialization, market disruption, superficial societal practice, moral decay, and hyper-consumerism. The Etemenaki was to be the Great Ark, the global project that would save humanity. Only those deemed well-behaved in the eyes of the government would be allowed on board. The Ashtangites, fanatics of mysticism and proponents of genetic manipulation, were left behind on Earth with the deviants and the dissidents. New technology upgrade. Self-cleaning lubricants upgraded unlocked for Waste Treatment Center. Explore the industrial zone. Administrator, I did not expect this decision. I would remind you that Dolos regulations prohibit animals on board the Tycoon. I do postulate, however, that the animal's presence may be good for crew morale. Chat, we got the dog. Steam achievement. Man's best friend. Adopt the Borzoi. Investigate the vegetal zone. Gosh, where is this thing? God, it's like pixel perfect. There. Mark dots on your map. What are those? Which ones? There's a lot of dots. There's a lot of freaking dots. Red? Those are my ships. Those are my ships. They're going out to get stuff. Never seen that color before? You've never seen red before?
An accident has occurred in the Tycoon.
This building's storage is full and no more resources may be produced.
A science ship team has
We're
completed
full
a
on
task.
metal? Okay. So we can't process the poop.
Administrator, a new request awaits your attention.
Inconsistencies were detected within a crew member's DLS records. After reviewing the data, I found that the crew member is actually a dog. A borzoi to be exact. I've not discovered how it came to be on board. Its mere presence violates several health protocols. I will say that it does seem to be proving extremely beneficial for crew morale. A decision must be made concerning the animal's fate. Officially promote the dog to a member of the crew. +1 stability permanent. Let's go! The entire... Dude, thousands of people just went, yes. Mushroom wall has been unlocked. Oh, that's not gonna... Okay. So the mushroom wall is that big, John.
A science ship team has completed a task.
And it can turn poop into shrooms. Alright, let's pause. The final tier is available. This is train station. Speeds up crew transfer between sectors. Also allows for expansion of some buildings' influence to all sectors. That could be good, because of, like, if I've got a building that I've built in every single sector, and this could make it to where you only have to build it once, that could be huge. Nuclear power. Transforms hydrogen into power each cycle. Use waste to cycle to fulfill all water needs in a sector. Construct and store drones. Can be used to quickly transfer up to 10 units of resources at a time between sectors. Like, any sectors? Because that would be really good too. Observatory. Provides stability but reduces hull integrity. Ooh, because glass walls. Provides stability, can be extended to each sector connected via train station. Exo Fighting Dome. This is bring Robot Wars in here. Hull Temple, +1 stability while the cult of the hull is propagating in a sector. Algae Farm allows for creation and automatic harvesting of 4 algae plantations using a moderate amount of water to produce a large amount of food. So it's more efficient than Crop Farm. Alright, I think we want to go train station first. Chip approves of the train station. Alright. Let's back up. Let's check on stuff. The industrial zone itself is devastated. Both factory and machinery and crew were covered by flying molten metal as depressurization occurred. As the metal solidified, grisly monuments were created. Sometimes all that remains of a body is a cracked metal shell. Cryopods found in the area have either been covered by steel or compromised. Our team was able to gather some information about the Etemenaki's production methods. Yikes. Okay, investigate storage. Summary of intelligence on vegetable production area. What's up? Drilling through several layers of debris, the Thales team finally reached the vegetable production area. They were greeted by the floating corpses of UN soldiers and crew. A few district workers seem to have reached emergency cryopods before depressurization. Hydroponic technology was used aboard the Etemenaki to grow fruits and vegetables in large vertical aisles. Recovered yield reports detail how hierarchical rationing reserves the rarest of foods for higher-ranking crew members. Although the remaining food production facilities are unusable, a few intact storage containers were found by the team. Retrieved resources have been prepared for extraction. Personalized instructions upgrade for crop farm. Gain science, a bunch of food, and frozen people. Make a cautious approach towards the self-contained area. Wait, I just saw it. What was it? I'm looking at the science column. You know what? It's fine. We'll just go ahead and get that one.